Stormtroopers were centre stage of the Empire's military, and took on any and all that would defy their leader. Now, it's widely recognised that their predecessors, the clone army developed on Kamino, was far more formidable and advanced soldier for soldier than these new Imperial Stormtroopers ever would be. However, the two different generations of soldiers appeared to hold a pretty high level of distaste for one another. But why exactly is this? And why did the new generation of the Imperials dislike the clones of the Republic? Now, we know pretty accurately why clones didn't really like Imperials. Simply put, they were the clones' replacements. As we know, Sidious stopped the production of clones shortly after his rule began, and quickly phased out existing clones to be replaced by Imperial Stormtroopers and other members of the Imperial regime. Many of these clones were still very capable of fighting, and they were now either being retired or sent to boring positions in the middle of nowhere to train these recruits. So it's pretty understandable why the clones were bitter. Many of them felt like they were damn right superior to these Imperials. They were expertly made for war. They defended the Republic, they defeated the Jedi, and now they were being replaced by a bunch of nobodies with low-grade armor. However, this doesn't really explain why the Imperials didn't like the clones. But there is quite a lot of reasons when we look at it. For one, clones were relics of the Clone Wars, a war that ravaged the galaxy and left countless people homeless and in financial ruin. And although the clones were Palpatine's soldiers and were therefore technically fighting on the right side, they were a reminder of everything that was wrong with the old galaxy. At the end of the day, they were the defenders of the Galactic Republic, an organisation that to most Imperials was stupid, bureaucratic, and just a mess, and was therefore far inferior to their empire. For this reason, it was easy for Imperials to see the clones as little more than relics as of a time that was best forgotten. To many, the Clone Wars was a terrible thing that affected their lives greatly. And the clones were at the end of the day just as bad as the droids of the Separatist Alliance. Another key thing that we should consider is the anti-alien sentiment and human superiority dogma that the Empire pushed. Now, although the clones are humanoids for all intents and purposes because they were made from the Jango Fett template, they were still made by aliens. They weren't what many Imperials would consider to be real humans. They were manufactured, and worse, they were products. They were alien products. They were no different to the droids. They were bought for a purpose. At least that's what a lot of Imperials would have seen them as. And for this reason, it's very easy for these Imperials with their anti-alien human superiority agenda to simply push the clones off as being inferior to them. And now we have the final point, which I'll admit's a little bit of a stab in the dark. However, I believe that a lot of Imperials will have been, to some extent anyway, afraid of the clones. Now, although Order 66 was not widely known due to the secrecy of the inhibitor chip that the clones had hidden in their brains, what the clones did to the Jedi was not a secret. Everyone knew that the clones turned on the Jedi and butchered them. Now, most Imperials didn't have a favourable view of the Jedi. They were traitors at the end of the day, and they felt the rightful wrath of the Empire. However, the Jedi were legendary before and after Order 66 as being great warriors, who fought alongside the clones for 3 years. And then, at the drop of a hat, the clones killed all of them. Now, to many Imperials, this makes the clones look like two things. One is dangerous. They butchered some of the most lethal warriors in the galaxy, and for this reason, Imperials will have naturally been pretty wary of them. However, probably more importantly, it also made the clones look to some extent disloyal. Again, Imperials are happy that the Jedi were dead, but these clones just turned and shot the Jedi in the back and killed their comrades. And obviously, since most Stormtroopers and other Imperials didn't know about the Order 66 contingency plan, this just looked like the clones had no loyalty and no hesitation. They were cold-blooded and they would turn on their allies instantly. And you have to understand that for Imperials who are fighting all over the galaxy in some of the worst conditions that you could imagine, you want to be able to trust your fellow soldiers, not be terrified that at any moment they might just turn on you and kill you. Ultimately, I think it's pretty understandable why these two generations of soldiers will have hated each other. At the end of the day, they were both victims of Palpatine's plans. However, like nearly all who fall victim to Palpatine's plots, they would never know who their real enemy was, and they'd probably spend all their time thinking somebody else is. But what do you guys think? What did Imperials think of clones, and do you think that they were scared? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. If so, please remember to like, share and sub, as it is really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at The Lore Guy and tick the bell to get regular updates. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope you're all having a great day, and I'll see you next time.